Even the squirrels are curious what's going on in the backyard today. Let's go back to organics. So this is the fencing that we decided to make our compost bin out of. It's got 2" by 4" holes in it to allow enough airflow into the compost pile so that it doesn't go anaerobic and start to stink. Once I cut off a piece long enough, I bent it gently into a circle and placed it in a general area of where I wanted it. When I cut the wire, I left a little bit extra of the horizontal wire so that I could bend these little hooks so that it could grab onto itself. That way I could loop it around itself and kind of pinch it shut so that it would be easier to open up in the future when I need to turn it. I chose a slightly unlevel spot in my yard, so I used these 2 stakes in the back to try to lift up the back of the wire so that when my compost bin was full it wouldn't lean or tip. I used some extra wire to tie the cage to the stakes so the bottom was actually a little bit off the ground. But the top was actually nice and level. And here's the finished product, ready to start getting filled up. As I was mowing my lawn and emptying the grass clippings into my new compost bin, I would sprinkle a couple of handfuls of dry leaves that I had actually saved over the winter every couple of bags just to add a little bit of carbon in between each layer of grass clippings. And there it is, it's all full of my grass clippings after mowing my lawn. But I just didn't feel right leaving it like that, so I wanted to add one more ingredient. So we made a quick trip over to the coffee house and grabbed a few bags of used coffee grounds. I kind of dug down a little bit in the middle of it just to get the coffee grounds as deep as I could into it. And it was actually already getting warm even though it had only been sitting for a couple of hours. Then I just started dumping in and piling on the coffee grounds. Once I got all 3 bags poured on, I kind of buried them a little bit in some grass clippings and just tried to cover them up at least a little bit. It was a 90-degree day, so I grabbed a nice big watering can and watered everything in just so I can get everything nice and fired up and ready to go and start composting as quickly as possible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more organic gardening tips and how-tos.